Hey everybody, Tyler here once again with Toga TV, and today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about English teaching in Japan. Probably one of the questions I get asked the most about living in Japan is, how do I get involved in English teaching? What's a good job to go to when you want to work here and live here in Japan? So today I thought I'd go over a little bit about that. So I'm going to break this down into 5 main parts: finding work, the different types of schools, salary, my personal experience, and the pros and cons. But one of the biggest questions I get in regards to teaching English in Japan is, how do you find a job? Like, what's the way to get about going and get a job? Well, unlike ALT teaching, which is basically where you're a glorified tape recorder, Eikaiwa schools or English conversation schools allow you to get a visa once you're in the country. I did not want to do ALT teaching because they tend to send you out in the middle of nowhere, and I wanted to live in Tokyo where all my friends were. So I basically got about $3 grand saved up and hopped on the first flight to Japan to try and find a job while already in the country. So I was fortunate enough to have a nice friend let me stay on his couch while I tried to get a job looking in Japan. There are a lot of great resources when coming here to teach. One of the best ones I think is probably GaijinPot or Ohayo Sensei. But another one, if you're really desperate, you can try out Craigslist, which I've heard of people getting jobs through Craigslist, but I just have a feeling, I have this image of Craigslist of some weird guy being like, teach me English. So I worked at a relatively small Eikaiwa called Jabal, which was pretty damn strict, but there's a couple other schools I would probably recommend checking out, and that's GABA, 1UP. I think Eon is also in Eikaiwa as well. Some of the ones that are also around, but don't have the best recommendation for, is Nova, Heart. But yeah, basically GABA is a really good one because you can typically make your own schedule, which is very rare for an Eikaiwa school, and they let you pick your days off and days on. So the pay can vary depending on the location and the company, but typically it's anywhere around about $2,500 a month, which doesn't sound like a lot for Tokyo, but I guarantee you it is a livable wage, just barely. So my teaching experience was quite different than a lot of other people's teaching experience, I would assume. Jabal was definitely more strict on what we were allowed to teach. Like, we couldn't teach hangover or a lot of other kind of what they viewed as non-natural phrases. But I mean, overall, it was a really great experience. I learned to be more confident, became a much better speaker, I would say. Even my editor, who is Japanese, not Josh, but the other editor, he can understand my English, and he doesn't speak English at all. At the end of the day, I think a lot of people give a lot of crap to teaching English in Japan. Like, it's not a viable working career or like a career path. But the thing is I really do view there's a lot of good points about teaching English in Japan. I mean, increased confidence, I don't know, the ability to deal with difficult people, because sometimes not all your students are going to be these angels that want to learn, especially if you're teaching adults with Eikaiwa. Some of the cons of Eikaiwa, or teaching English in general typically, is the lack of upward mobility. Eikaiwas don't really allow you to get that far of an advancement. So that would be one of the biggest, I think, cons, as well as not being able to practice Japanese on the daily. And that's actually the reason why I ended up changing jobs and now I'm working for this marketing company, is because I wanted to get better at Japanese and just didn't have the ability to do so at an English teaching company. Now, if it wasn't for that, I would probably still be teaching English because I genuinely enjoyed it. So I think the last con I can think of for teaching English in Japan, or especially Eikaiwas in general, is because it's an Eikaiwa English conversation school. Basically, your entire job is going in, talking to people, and then making corrections. Pretty easy job, but I would argue it's almost too easy, and it kind of makes you, like, leaves you feeling like you want to do more. And I think that sums up my year of English teaching in Japan. I liked it. It was really fun, good money, but I just wanted to do something more. All right, so the next video we make will definitely be talking a little bit more about ALT teaching. On the next video of this series, we'll be talking a little bit more about ALT teaching and the differences behind that. I didn't have as much experience doing that, so I figured I'd let one of the other guys who have done ALT teaching, maybe Josh, give you guys a little bit of information on that. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time.